Fine business. Thank you very much. This is K1RFO. I couldn't quite copy you. It's so noisy. I do have a tough time copying you, making out that third station there. Very sorry. If you could give me your call one more time, maybe we can continue. This is K1RFO, back to my third station.
Yeah, it was W3MMR, Whiskey 3 Mike Romeo. Whiskey 3 Mike Romeo, W3MMR, in Chester, Pennsylvania. The name is Perry, Papa Echo Romeo Yankee, Papa Echo Romeo Yankee. Over.
Yeah, I got your call letters okay. W3MMR, Whiskey 3, Mike Radio. But I didn't get your name or your QTH. But I do have your, I copy your call letters okay. The name here is Dan, and I'm using an ICOM 718 rice box into a Cobra Senior antenna. Back to you, the W3MMR and the group from K1RFO, Crosstown, New Hampshire.
Yeah, very good. K1RFO from W3MMR. Yeah, the name was Perry, Papa Echo Romeo Yankee. Papa Echo Romeo Yankee, Perry, in Chester, Pennsylvania, right outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Again, the name is Perry, Papa Echo Romeo Yankee, and we are located in Chester, Pennsylvania, 7 miles southwest of the city of Philadelphia. Over.
Fine business, Perry. Very nice to meet you. And you're putting in a good signal, except for the QSB and the noise and everything else. You're doing a nice job. I'm copying you fine here in Crosstown, New Hampshire. Good copy. And well, I want to say good evening to everyone, and thank you very much for the signal report. Enjoy it very much, and I'll send you fellas out a QSL card. I'm going into the hospital tomorrow. I'm going to be operated on, going in for an operation, a prostate operation tomorrow morning. So hopefully in a couple of days I'll be back on. Once I get back from the hospital, I'll be wearing a catheter for a while. It'll be kind of tough getting around, but it's something I have to go through. I've got to go through this operation. I have to have it done. And they're doing what they call TURP on me, T-U-R-P. It's the old Roto-Rooter, and it's very painful, but it's something I have to do. I got no choice. So with that, I want to say thank you all for your courtesy, and I have your call letters down, and I'll send you out a QSL card. It'll give me something to do later on during the week when I'm feeling better. Thanks again, fellas, from K1RFO, Crosstown, New Hampshire.
All right, Dan, K1RFO. Let me make sure I got it. Yeah, K1RFO W3MMR. Well, good luck with your procedure there and getting the pipes cleaned. And we hope you feel better, and wish you a speedy recovery. And I'll send it on around here so everybody can say they're 73. And again, good luck with everything. And the ICOM 718 sounded good down this way. And we hope to hear you again real soon. Over to you, Pop. W2SDR in the group, W3MMR.
Okay, thanks, Perry. And good luck, Dan. I'll be say a prayer for you there, and you have a quick recovery. And that operation is very successful. So I'm sure you'll come out on the other side just great. So nice meeting you here this afternoon, and we'll look for you. Come back and see us when you get back home and get able to get back on the air. Go ahead, Clark. Back up to you, N1BCG and the group, W2SDR.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Come on now, Clark.
No, I just was in the commissary getting dinner ready to go here, and then I noticed that the air command chair has been commandeered by my miniature pincher, who uses every opportunity when I step away to take over. I'm surprised he hasn't been making contacts. I can't believe that you haven't been hearing snoring noises and stuff on this frequency, because he likes to ask N1ALF. He likes to step on foot switches and key up. This is why I don't have one. N1BCG.
N1BCG in the group. This is K1RFO. Fine business, Clark. Very nice to meet you, and thank you very much for your courtesy. And we'll be looking for you later on down the log, and I'll send this out a QSO card. 73 Stall from K1RFO. Last hour.
Yep. All right, Dan. See you later. Now than when you started. Have a great evening. Looking forward to hearing you again. 7-3 for now from N1BCG.
And Perry, you sound good. Is that a new transmit profile you came up with the SM7?
This is actually one I just kind of threw together. Here. I threw it yesterday. I think I just started out with a new one, so sound all right?
Yeah, it sounds great. It's very bright. It's got a lot of presence to it. Really, really sounds really good. So, yep, that's definitely a keeper. You know, definitely. I mean, it's not a $3 mic, but you know, it's definitely a keeper.
Can't beat them $3 mics, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, so, not to jump into pod things, but back to what we were talking about earlier about, you know, the issues I was having with the mic in not working, so on and so forth. So after I you know, uninstalled and reinstalled and everything, go ahead and start the thing back up, and immediately it's not working again. I wanted to rip my head and my hair out. And so what I did was I reset the database, and now it's working. So I don't know what or why it keeps doing it, but yeah, but it's working now. So anyway, I haven't calibrated, you know, anything in this thing, so I might be off frequency. I don't know. But anyway, I'm not putting any old transmit profiles in here. I'm starting everything from scratch and kind of leaving it how it is for now. So hopefully it'll stay put.
Well, don't forget that it's beta, okay? But I don't know anybody else that personally that's had those issues. But I would post it on the forum, on the Apache website. I mean, it's a beta, and they want feedback. So post that on there, and don't forget. I mean, that's experimental, so you're going to expect problems with it. Now, beta is for people to test, and you're going to have trouble. It's going to be very unusual that you don't have trouble. Let's put it that way. So I'd definitely post what you're going through. Make a nice post up for the Thetis section of the forums on the Apache Labs website. And you could always go back to, you know, just zip right back to 3.4.9 and use that. You know, it's simple to go back. You still got it on the computer, you know, a couple of minutes, and boom, you're back to the general release. So, yeah, I've been using the Electret. I was telling Clark, you know, it's probably not as bright as the RE27, because these Electrets, the condensers are extremely flat. There's no presence boost in the mic at all. They're just like a ruler. So, you know, the RE27 has a pronounced presence peak and what have you in that mic. So this has none of that. So I didn't mess with it. I just used the same profile that I used for the Electret voice. The only thing I changed was the turned on the bias for this little electrode and used it. So that's it. W2SDR.
W3MMR. Okay. Oh, it sounds good. There's no doubt about that. It sounds really good. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's a wiring issue. That's probably what's going on with the B1, because that thing should have a ridiculous amount of output. So I'll get it all squared away when when I'm not like over here dealing with another issue with with the mic in, and then having to reinstall everything. There's just one thing after another, so I just thought it'd be better to walk away, and I'll mess with it some other time. So we'll get it straight. But yeah, I could always go back, but I like Cetus, and I wasn't expecting 100% reliability from this. Kind of knew what I was getting myself into, which is why I waited so long to try out Thetis number 1, because 3.4.9 was working so good, so but I wanted to give it a try, and I like it, really that's been the only issue I've ever had. So we'll see if we can't get it straightened out and go from there. So yup. The band's pretty quiet. I don't know if there's any storms on the horizon, but you guys are sounding good. Big signals over this way, and that's what's going on over here. No baseball. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. Probably go to bed early. That sounds like a good thing. W3MMR.
Let me just make a comment. I'm interested to see what Clark thinks. This is the best I've heard you for my ear that I can recall. You've got lots and lots of presence, and you don't have a cutout in the mids. Your voice sounds much richer and fuller, but yet it's got a lot of that oomph in the top end. A lot of cutting and audio in there. A lot of nice presence. So I think it sounds terrific. It's not soft sounding. It's got a lot of grit to it. I like it. Clark, go ahead.
Christmas is for presents. You cannot have too much. Yeah, it sounds good.
Thanks, Clark. Well, man, a few words. Sometimes. Well, thanks. I like the way it sounds. So I think it's a keeper, that's for sure. Like I said, I just started off from scratch, and because before I would always, I would always pretty much load something that I had in before and then go from there, instead of starting off from square one. I never did that. I don't think with the SM7. I went off of the other transmit profile that I had, well, for the B1, I think. I would just like I said, started from scratch. So I think it sounds all right, and obviously you guys do. So that's a good thing. So I think it's a keeper. So hopefully we can get this, get the B1 squared away. I don't think there's anything wrong with the mic. I wouldn't think so. I mean, it's just been sitting, on the mic boom, unplugged. Didn't drop it or anything. So it's probably just, I don't know, wiring issue somewhere. But you know how that goes. Sit there and pull your hair out with something for hours, and then you walk away and go back to it, and you can figure it out in 5 minutes.
That's how you set processing for broadcast stations. I haven't changed this. This sound you're hearing right now, right this second, is the exact same sound I had going back through 2015, 4 years ago. That's how often I change the sound.
Yeah, well, that's everybody's different with ham radio. I mean, let's put it. Let me try something here real quick. let me see if this works. I never tried to play something back. I just turned my EQ off with Fetus. Let me try this.
You know, I would always pretty much load something that I had in before and then go from there, instead of, you know, starting off from square one. I never did that. I don't think with the SM7. I went off of the other transmit pro.
Oh my God! You've jumped the shark to the dark zone.
Okay, there you go. So I don't know. Did that come through okay there, Perry?
Oh yeah, it definitely was the tail of the tape. I like it. I think it sounds good. It definitely gives me a great idea what it sounds like. I can make it, you know, probably end up making a recording off of WebSDR and hear that too. What I did was what I normally do with this. I'll just, you know, I hit the record button on here and, you know, make a recording, then I open it up in Audacity, play it back, and then, you know, go back and forth, making tweaks. I still yet to do it your way though, Pop, where you play the file, you know, over and over and over again, and with using the second receiver, and I've yet to do it that way, but because I forget how to do it that way, to be honest.
Please, please, please email him the recording. Don't play it over the air.
Yeah, that's, you know, it's a couple of different ways to do that. Could email it, you know, play it over the air.
That's not one of the ways ever.
Flat at the same, but it's a little less bandwidth than he's transmitting with. So I only transmit 5 kc audio bandwidth. He's wider than that. So, but there's two ways, you know, ham radio is a hobby. And there's, like, I haven't changed my transmit profiles in a long time. Perry changes things all the time. Everybody's different. You know, there's hams that's the hobby, is to modify, is to change, is to try this, is to try that. Other folks, you know, they put their antennas up, and I've had these antennas up for 10, 15 years, and, you know, I just maintain what I have, and that's what I do, and, you know, that's just, everybody's personality is different. So, like me, I have, all my antenna systems were up within a year that I moved here, 19 years ago, and I haven't really changed anything. It's all the same. I mean, they're all wrong, so I just maintain. But, you know, everybody's different. A lot of guys, every week, they're out there trying different antennas, orienting them differently, trying a different design. You know, just all part of it. W2SDR. But your voice is the same, like Clark. He sounds really, really good. His voice is the same as it was in 2015. Why change it? You know, why tweak? I mean, because it is what it is. But some folks, it's like if they can't change anything, they wouldn't be in the hobby. They would, you know, watch TV.
Something changed with your audio.
No, it's still, you know, I think everything's still the same. The only thing I did was I did this because I shut that off when I did played the recording back, and I turned it back on when I was finished the recording.
Yeah, because on not this transmission, the one before that, when I said something's changed, you had one of those like low bit rate kind of size to it, like there was a short term echo.
Okay. Well, that's it could have been the monitor function. Could have had the monitor on. It's coming out of my speakers rather than the headphone.
All right. Well, no, it sounds fine now. I just don't really understand people who play back things that they receive, because, you know, like if I did that, what you would hear, if I recorded you and played it back, you would hear what you sound like through your mic, your processing, your transmitter, through the ionosphere, to my receiver, to my recorder, to my processor, through my transmitter, back through the ionosphere a second time, through your receiver, and then out to your speakers. You know, it's like what you get in the end is like, okay, I'm not sure what we're learning from this, but yeah, you were on the air. See what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a general idea. It's a general idea. Because you're having two AGCs, too. My AGC and your AGC. I understand what you're saying, but it's better than nothing.
Well, it's just where email files. And at least this way you could say, this literally is what you sound like here. But the good news is, and I'm such a proponent of WebSDRs, you've got a huge selection of receivers that actually have record capability. That's truly an amazing technology right there. That is incredible. You can actually hear how you sound like in a variety of areas. And just one time through the ionosphere. So then I'm a big fan of those. N1BCG.
Yeah.
W2SDR.
And the record function on those. And they work fairly well, you know. So, yep. It just gives a general idea. It's not perfect playing it over the air, but it definitely gives a general idea. And when you play them back with these Anons, what you're playing back over the air isn't processed. It can be if you don't turn your processing off, but that's what he was saying when he turns his transmit EQ off, and you know, it's playing back what he's hearing, but like you said, it's going through everything else except for the processing. So it's just an idea, but definitely gave me an idea what it sounds like, and I'll hear what it sounds like later via WebSDR. So yep, it's all fun. And yeah, well, you know, I'm the type of person, I can't sit on my hands. And that's the same way with everything in life with me. You know, I can't leave anything alone or sit still, or I'm always messing with stuff, you know. So but you know, to each their own. And yep, I don't know what I'm gonna do for dinner, man. I'm getting hungry. I had that corn on the cob last night, man. That was good. Wouldn't mind some more corn on the cob. W3MMR.